بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه إلى يوم الدين. On the last day of Sha'aban, and inshallah on the first night of Ramadan, I would like to say in the beginning, Ramadan Mubarak for me and for you and for all beloved Ummah, inshallah ta'ala. And the best thing to start with this blessing period of time, like Ramadan, the biggest 30 days, to change and to have the best version of yourself, to do more ibadat and more knowledge and more fiqh. And before I start with this session, which I've been asked to cover this big and complicated subject ever for our scholars and ulama, I would like always to say that you are more than welcome to record or to share, and always my lovely followers, brothers and sisters behind the camera, they are more than welcome to start to share inshallah on my Facebook platform, and as well it will be uploaded bi'idhnillahi ta'ala on my YouTube channel. And as you can see, my name is on the poster, Dr. Lana Al-Sumaiday, and I'm graduated Bachelor, Master and the PhD for Islamic Thoughts and Sharia. And just to let you know that what we are going to talk about today is not based on a specific madhab. So it's for the majority, for the jumhur, yeah, which make everybody, inshallah, convenient about that. And before that, I would like to give my appreciating and thankful for SOAS, University in London, for this invitation and lovely beginning, inshallah, for Ramadan. As inshallah today all the masajid will rise up with taraweeh and for the salawat and da'awat inshallah, and may Allah inshallah make it the best Ramadan in our life. We never know, we might not live for the next year, so try to make it the best inshallah, and we'll start it and renew our niyyah and intention that all of us, we came today for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nothing less or more than that. النية لله سبحانه وتعالى وإنما لكل امرئ ما نوى. Whatever you make inside your heart, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give it to you. So jazakumullah khair for your attendance, and jazakallah khair everyone was behind this talk to deliver this ilm and knowledge and fiqh for others. And I would like to start that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whenever He loved any person, He will give him the fiqh and the ilm. Which the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he say man yuridillahu bihi khayran يفقهه في الدين. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves you, He will give you the ilm and the fiqh, so you can worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ala basira, and you know what you are about, not just doing whatever you think or you thought. Although we are coming for the blessed month for Ramadan, which have loads of mistakes we're going to see in the masajid, either from brothers or sisters. Although sisters got more mistakes, subhanallah, because they have more ahkam and things to practice, we can say, for their hijab, for their salah, for their sawm, fasting and menstruation. And before I start with that, I would like again to say that there is many people these days giving ilm and knowledge, but which is the right, which is the wrong, which is the bid'ah, which should we take from? That's why you have to make sure that when you take your ilm and your knowledge, you are take it from the right people, which can deliver inshallah without any things which is not right. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always mentioned this ummah in the Quran, اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the Islam is the end, He wants us to follow the Islam. It's not something choiceable or we choose to take it or not. And that's why we choose that to take this Islam from our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and all his wives, which they are the leaders for this ummah. And one of the biggest chapters and subjects was the fiqh and the tahara and the purification, and how to be tahar, or are you najis, or can you do this, or when you can stop from doing that. And one of the things which is belonged to the ladies, although we highly recommend even the brothers, although they are not with us today, I would like them even to share us this knowledge. Why? One day they will be dads, one day they will be husbands, one day we expect them to be as scholars and dua and da'iyah. So they have to be aware about that. And when you give the answer, you are giving a big answer. And it's like signature in behalf of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why Ibn Taymiyyah, he named one of his books, إعلام الموقعين عن رب العالمين. Signature, like I'm signing now in behalf of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you can do this, you cannot do that. So it's a big responsibility. That's why it's not only for sisters, although, to feel convenient and maybe some question and answers and things which you like, and I don't mind to take it in the end, or sometimes if something not clear in the mid, because, we are trying to catch as much as we can, and quick, because we are, inshallah, expecting Taraweeh this night, so I don't want to delay you, and, we have many things, inshallah, in preparation for this blessed month. So, Ramadan Mubarak for everyone, and one of the things which can affect Ramadan is the menstruation. And what does mean menstruation? Menstruation is one of the things which should happen to any lady, girls, female, to change her or to develop her from being a child or a kid to be an adult. And to start what we call at-taklif. That now everything will be counted, her hasanat, her sayyat, and she have to be aware about her ibadat as well. Before that, we are the stage of preparation. So we try to encourage them for salah, we try to encourage them for fasting. They are not being asked to do it, but yes, وَضْرِبُوهُمْ عَلَيْهَا لِعَشَرٍ. So yes, there is some punishment, or sometimes you have to tell them off, but the real count when this will start. And it's a sign as well that you are now lady. You are not child anymore. So there is change in your body and hormones. And that's why when we talk about this subject, it's between two people. Between the gynecologist and the doctors, and between the ulama and the scholars. We cannot just talk about this subject regard to Sharia and ignoring the medical side, because everything is going on. I have to consult the gynecology or the GP or the doctors. Is this one counted as a period? Is it not an irregular bleeding, which we call istihada, or maybe what comes after giving baby, and postnatal bleeding after giving birth, which we call it nifas? And any lady and any girls, they should have this. They should have it. So it's not a subject which we can choose to happen or not, like Umrah, like Hajj, talking about this fiqh. It might happen in your life. Maybe most of you haven't even performed Umrah yet. So still the fiqh of Umrah and Hajj, we don't know about them. But still we might know it or not. But this one, you face it every month, unless there is any illness or sickness. Yes, it will be delayed or it will not happen, which means we have to consult the gynecology and to have a reason behind that, and maybe some medication to work the hormones, which means there is something wrong with the hormones and we can regulate it immediately. And this one as well, a sign that you can give a baby as well. Because if there is no period, so there is no egg, there is no blah, 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 and then there is no pregnancy. So again, irregular period, or not having period at all, like after the, menopause, which means you can't have baby. Although some ladies, they have regular period and they have it, and still they cannot be pregnant. So subhanallah, it's a big and huge things. As I said, it's mix between the medical side and the Sharia and fiqh side. And why today we are speaking about that? Because this one is related to the fiqh, and related to your ibadah, and to your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because while your menstruation, you cannot pray, you cannot fast, you cannot enter Al-Kaaba or some masajid, if it is masajid, not Islamic center. And we're going to come to that later, as we are living in the Western, and there is different ahkam, especially now as we are approaching Ramadan. Loads of questions comes to me. Can I stay in the masjid and just hear the Taraweeh and the Salah and the Dua? I'm on my menstruation, just to feel, the iman, and I don't want to lose the exciting, or shall I stay outside, blah, blah, blah. And this one of the biggest subjects which all the fatwa comes to me after the Islamic counseling. So I do Islamic counseling, divorce things, parenting, whatever, yeah, iddah, and then this one, the second subject, which we are always being asked about. Underneath that, which is not under the menstruation, but I would like to mention it because always there is many questions from the sisters or ladies or even the girls about it, the discharge, which you have it always, between any period and the other period. Is this discharge tahir or najis? And can we do our namaz or salah with it, or we should renew our wudu? And end of the day, we have to care about that, because it's a big issue, my lovely students, that your ibadah will not be accepted. Your fasting will not be counted. Okay, what about if I miss one of the prayers? Shall I do it again, or that's it, is gone because I have my period? So loads of things behind this subject. And just for I don't want you to miss what we said. We just spoken about the important about the fiqh and the ilm and knowledge, why we are speaking about the menstruation. And as we are approaching, inshallah, beginning from this night, inshallah, this Jum'ah and blessing day, we are inshallah facing Ramadan. And Ramadan Mubarak, which means loads of questions and ahkam and things. The questions will start to come up from our ummah, which really sometimes is upsetting and shame. Like we don't worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unless it's Ramadan. Or we are not caring about ilm and fiqh and knowledge unless there is fasting. No. What about the whole year? What about our whole life and ibadat and understanding? Even talaq, even having a relationship with your husband, inshallah, in the future, or if you are already married. It's all related to that. That's why it's not an easy subject which we can ignore. Although the subject is big, I will try to take let's say, the main things which we would like to speak about. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because this one is very important, He mentioned in the Quran, وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْمَحِيضِ. O Muhammad, they will ask you about the menstruation, about all the ahkam. And all the ladies, especially in the beginning of the Islam, who to ask about? They have to go to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then after his wives, they have developed and take the knowledge. Then all the Muslimat and the sisters was asking his wives as well, but at the beginning he was the main. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يسألونك عن المحيض قل هو أذى. So at the beginning is kind of something which disturb the lady, is something cause her pain, things. Changing with the hormones and the mood as well with some ladies. Some ladies know, alhamdulillah, they don't have this. So there is loads of things. And in the same time, if she's married, she cannot have a relationship with her husband, because it's adha. It's something, definitely the smell, the color, the things, all the condition is not something tahir. It's something comes from out of the body, similar to any other najasat, like al-gha'it, number 2, like al-bawl, urine, number 1, all these which can break your wudu and cause you najasa, either for your body or any materials or things which it will affect it. قُلْ هُوَ أَذَى فَاعْتَزِلُوا النِّسَاءَ فِي الْمَحِيضِ. What اعتزلوا? Does that mean that we will not talk to her? Or eat from her, like some people, lack of knowledge, they think, no, we don't have to eat, we don't have to mix, we don't have to. No, it's not like that. And this one definitely a big misunderstanding for our lovely deen and Islam, which cannot, because something from Allah will ask the man to just ignore you or leave you, or you will be, not in his life. Like some men, they do, and they cause themselves overloaded from feelings and things. Whenever the menstruation or the period is there, he never even touch his wife, which comes to us later and build up a bad feeling from the lady, and she say, he don't want me. He don't want to touch me. There is no any relationship between us. And we are saying, اعتزلوا this area, the vagina area only. Otherwise, this is your wife. This is your daughter. This is your mom. You can eat, you can mix, you can do everything, and except that area, because it will not be healthy for you and for her. And we have what we call al-mubashara, that you can do everything with your wife as a male and female except the intercourse. But everything outside is allowed. Why you should just let yourself, frustrated and angry and waiting for 7, 8, 9 days and your wife is beside you? So there is misunderstanding for our fiqh as well from loads of the males, which causing problems for the females, and then it comes for many problems later and break the relationship between them because they misunderstand the ayah. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوهُنَّ حَتَّى يَطْهُرْنَ. So all of us now, we understand that only the intercourse doesn't mean at all anything else. فَإِذَا تَطَهَّرْنَ فَأْتُوهُنَّ مِنْ حَيْثُ أَمَرَكُمُ اللَّهُ. After having the tahara, and we will speak about that, just everything will come back normal. Of course, from the place which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it halal, not from any other places. So, if I go to the why should we know and talk about this subject, either brothers or sisters? So I mentioned that because end of the day, you will get married, or your dad, or whatever, or everyone, he needs to know. Now you are booking for Umrah, and your dad is with you. Okay, and you are approaching your period. You have to know, and you have to know when is your tahara, and things, and how things. As well, our scholars, al-ulama, they are males, so they need to know about that. Because some sisters, they think that this subject is only belong to us as a females, which is completely wrong. And today we kept you only sisters without the brothers, because just to make things convenient, not more than that. And we would like to speak about the menstruation, al-hayd. How I can know that this one is hayd period and I cannot practice my deen or my ibadat with. There is sign. One of the signs is the color. If you are mixed or you're having irregular period or bleeding and you don't know when is when, especially at the beginning of having a puberty, whoa, twice a month, all the month, you never know when you are clean. Or if you are married and you would like to avoid being pregnant, having some things like the coil or whatever, bleeding all the month, you don't know where's your period, everything is missed and mixed up. So one of the things is the color. So it's a natural blood coming out from the womb via the vagina, going out. Instead of feeding the baby, if you are pregnant, it will come out. If there is baby, the blood will go for the baby to feed and do everything. And after giving birth, the blood will go out. If there is no baby, and there is no any pregnancy, so it will come via the vagina as a regular and monthly period. So this one, simple, is the hayd, is the period. And we can know it by the color, very dark and black, nearly black color, which is gone. It's not the fresh one. Suppose if I cut my hand now, it's very clear the type and the color of the blood. And similar for what I do, the hijama, cupping therapy. When it comes out from the body, because it's exhausted, old, gone, so it comes very dark, and it comes like a jelly or clotted. So it's very similar to it. Although some ladies, they think if she have period, she's not allowed to do cupping therapy or hijama. This one is wrong again. You can't do hijama for detox or for any pain or any things, and still you can have your period. Not while the period, but you know, you're having your period. So it's not this one because of this. No. This one is to deal with the pain. This one to deal with something else. So just this one important information which I like to mention. And that's why it's very rare that the pregnancy lady will get her period. Because this blood supposed to feed the baby in the womb and to keep him healthy. Instead of taking everything from the mom, although still you should have your vitamins and look after yourself and eat healthy and good. And if this one happened to the pregnancy lady and it's coming regular, so it's period. We can count it as a period, but it's very, very rare. The normal, this is one of the signs to know that you are pregnant, the period will stop. And after that, test and things, and there is no period. But some ladies, they have it, which is abnormal. And again, the breastfeeder as well, ladies, usually they don't have period because still the body understanding the hormones that I need to feed a baby. There is another person which I need to serve. So it can't be bleed from up and feed from down and feed from up. So from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give her a rest. Although some ladies immediately after she finish her nifas, the postnatal bleeding, she's having again the period, which means the body is ready again to have a baby. So be careful. And one of the things which many sisters, they ask, if I'm able to pray or to fast, I don't have any pain, I'm fine, there is no any things to affect me, can I pray while period? Any answer? Can you pray if you don't have any problem, you don't have pain? Because we say, yeah, because of pain and blah, 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 and all this. And it's fine. I'm completely fine. I'm having my period. I'm doing my sports. I'm doing everything. So why should I stop my praying?
Why? You have your period.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're not clean. You're not clean.
Excellent. Because you are not clean, not because you are able to do it or not. Although some mashayikh, which subhanallah, they drive us mad, they say you can't do it. But subhanallah, yani, I don't know from where they bring it. Because there is a very clear ahadith and ayat. We say that Allah, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he say, إِذَا أَقْبَلَتِ الْحَيْضَةِ فَدَعِ الصَّلَاةِ. If your period just immediately gives you the first sign, that's it, stop. Take your time. Enjoy your life. What's wrong with you? No, I want my iman, I want Allah. Okay, it's fine. You can still do your dhikr. You still do your good deeds. You still do maybe volunteering or charities or things. But praying, you have to stop. Okay, what about if I do it and I prayed? I want to pray. It's not acceptable and you'll have a sin above that. So this one comes up even not last Ramadan, but around 2 years ago, one of the sisters, she asked me, I'm able to fast and I would like to fast. I don't want to miss Ramadan. And it's very hard for me then to copy after the days. What shall I do? And I say, look, if you like to do it, it's up to you, but it's haram and do not be accepted. And you have to do it after Ramadan. So subhanallah, which we have some ulama dunya, which they have just bring up things which is subhanallah, yani very suspicious, and it's not the things which we learn it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as you mentioned, لا يقبل الله صلاة بغير طهور. And even the tahur is not only just performing the wudu or the ightisal. Yourself, your body, there is two kinds of tahara. And we didn't speak about it today because if you like to go for my YouTube channel, you will find there is 3 topics about the purification and the tahara. But this is not my subject today. But if I just quick mention it, there is 2 types of tahara. There's a tahara al-hissiyya, which is from inside. Tahara from shirk, from hatred, from nifaq, from hypocrite, everything. And there is tahara ma'nawiyya. You have to be clean, not on your period. There is no najasa on your thawb. There is no najasa on the place which you're going to pray in or on. So all this stuff, you have to be ready to face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the first thing, to know the color. The second thing, the smell. Sometimes you cannot recognize the color. It's very similar to the istihada or to the fresh blood. Okay, what shall I do then? So one of these three can help you. If you have irregular period, or you don't know, is it period or not? So the smell, definitely the smell will not be the good smell because something is going out and is spoiled and gone and it's not fresh. So by smell, if the color will not help. Not color, not smell, sickness and date. And these days we can use the technology by tracking the period, which is very, very helpful. If you would like to plan your umrah, going a trip, doing anything, blah, 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 you can exactly know if you have a regular period, that when is your period. So by day, yeah, every 23rd of the month or 24th, maximum, I will have it. And yeah, really you have it. So you can know things by date. That's why some of them, when she asked me for fatwa, she say, I cannot say the same color of the blood. Okay, ignore. Smell, there is no smell. I cannot smell anything. I say, okay, at least go back to the date. Or any sickness, like any pains or things which you can feel it in your breast or in your womb, which can show, yeah, this one is period. Because it cannot be none of these. One of them or all of them. We can notice by color, we can notice by smell, we can notice by the date as well. So yeah, this one is the sign of the, and how we can know them. The opposite way, if we, take the opposite, so the color and the smell and the sickness and the date is not there. So this one exactly the outcoming of istihada. There is no date, there is no smell, and there is no color. This one exactly when something unusual comes to you. Or maybe after you finish your period and still there is a bleeding. Just be aware that, okay, we are talking from fiqh side, but from medical side, make sure that you will sort it out. Not only for your ibadat, but it means that you are losing iron from your body, and then you will be anemic. So this one will turn to another medical or another issue. So one of the ahkam or things which the ruling which we have to speak about today, prayer, fasting, as we are approaching Ramadan inshallah this night, Quran recitation, mosque entry, and material relations. And if we start and we're talking about the prayer, so you are not allowed at all to pray. Okay, there is something happens that my period come and already adhan al-dhuhr or al-asr happens and I haven't prayed yet. What shall I do? Exactly. Jazakallah khair. You have to make it up after you have your tahara. So it's not ba'a salama, it's gone. Yes.
So like, let's say now, Maghrib comes.
Yeah, Maghrib is coming.
Maghrib has come.
Yeah.
5 minutes ago. And
Yeah.
in 10 minutes I get my period.
Yeah.
Oh, because in 15 minutes I was pure.
Yeah.
I could have prayed.
Yeah, but if the adhan, let's say the adhan now, I was clear.
Yeah.
And suddenly I just entered to the toilet and I found something, yeah? Okay, and while the adhan mostly, there is no doubt that I was clean. There wasn't any sign or, yeah. So after finishing the period, you have to make up the maghrib. Yeah. It will not just go and disappear. Because why? While the adhan, you were mukallafa. You were asked to do that. So you cannot just say, ma'a salama, that's it, I just had your period. Yes, you had your period, but you have to make up it again after you finish your period. The other thing, so the prayer, all of it, and there is some issue as well. Some sisters, maybe they don't notice it, that when you have your tahara, suppose in Salat al-Asr. What about Salat al-Dhuhr? Yes, you have to make Salat al-Dhuhr as well. Because they work as a twin. So Dhuhr and Asr is a group, Maghrib and Isha is a group, Fajr is with itself. So if you, yarhamukillah, so whenever you have your tahara with Asr, so make Dhuhr and Asr. Whenever you have tahara with Isha, so you have to make Maghrib and Isha. So don't miss them because it's amanah. It's a trust between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's ibadah. And it's the second pillar of Islam. You cannot just, say, no, I don't want, or it's not up to me or up to you. You have to do it. Because as we mentioned in the beginning, you are mukallafa. And it will cause you a sin and ithm. And you will be asked to do it even later. So this one of the things that you cannot pray. The second things, you cannot, or you are not asked to make up the praise after your period. 7 days, 5 days, 6 days. Are we asked to do them? No. But the opposite way with the fasting. You are asked to do the fasting. What is the reason? As far as you know. Why we are asked to do the fasting and make up it, and we are not asked to do the praise? Because too much. Too much. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Come on. Count every day 5 praise. يعني we ask Allah that, you know, our brothers and sisters, they will do it in the day. What about if you have to do it later? 5 times 7. MashaAllah. Keep praying all the days after tahara until, mashallah, the mid of the night, and you will not finish it. So Allah give you a rest from that, but fasting, because it's easy to do it, so you can make up your fast. So تقضي صيامها ولا تقضي صلاتها. And as Aisha radiallahu anha, she mentioned, على عهد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كنا نؤمر بقضاء الصوم. He asked us to make up the fasting, but ولا كنا نؤمر بقضاء الصلاة. So nothing to do with salah. Rest, take your time, and it's period from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just to give you some rest in the month, and you know, after that to continue. There is something very important which happens these days. Nail polish. And use it while the period. Okay? Number one, you have to cover it because it's zina. I have to say that.
What is it?
Zina is something, beauty, which you cannot show it. Similar henna as well. So you are coming to Ramadan, to Eid, to things. I have to say that. If you like to do them with pleasure. But wear gloves. And it's kind of modesty, because, yeah, if just my period will come immediately, I will color them. It's like a sign in front of everyone that I'm having my period. And I believe, personally, that is something private. I don't have to show it to everyone. And as we are approaching Ramadan, the other things which comes up, drinking and eating in restaurants. And everyone knows that it's Ramadan. And we have to fast. So what does that mean? I'm on my period. I'm bleeding. I think it's an excuse from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to eat or drink, but not in public. Respecting this month. Respecting yourself is very important. And yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us this excuse, but again, I remember even in front of my dad, I can't do it. Or brothers. What about in public? So please, my lovely sisters, don't do it in public, because everyone now is reading about Islam, especially after all this whole year and what happened in Gaza. They are aware about saying Alhamdulillah. They are aware about wearing hijab. They are aware about many things. And part of it they know now. Even now, even today I was riding in Uber, and he's Hindu, and he asked me when Ramadan is starting. So don't imagine that there is one knows, or they don't know about Ramadan, or they don't know that we have to fast. And they know exactly that our fasting, we cannot drink, we cannot eat. So you are confusing others.
But they can always ask a question. You can always explain it to them.
Yeah, but in public, I think it's kind of haya and modesty to keep things private for yourself. But holding the cup and just, you know, going and in Ramadan and everyone is fasting, I don't know. I find this one is not being respect to this holy month. You can do it, but maybe in the musalla, in a room, in a side, but avoid this, because not everyone will ask you, and you will explain to them. And maybe they will think bad about the Islam and about the fasting, and they don't know what's happening. And this one, same, what happened with many topics. We are giving and delivering many confusion to others. I'm wearing this, someone is wearing makeup, the other one is wearing niqab, the other one is wearing this. Who's right? Who's wrong? Why we are doing this? Why we are not doing that? And many things. So again, I recommend that for fi sabilillah, waliwajhillah, we do it, that we don't do it in public because we might confuse others. They might not ask, they might not understand what's happening. So Ramadan is Ramadan. It's not important that in this time I have to drink, or I have to have a milkshake, or I have to eat, or even if you would like to do it, just do it in a side, in a like something which can give you some privacy. And one of the things which you cannot do, Quran recitation or touching Quran. Exactly. So this one of the things which there is many questions comes in Ramadan. Can I still do my khatmah and read the Quran, or I have to stop? It's up to you. If you like to continue your khatmah because you don't want to stop, and if you're going to stop, you will, lose the exciting, and then that's it, it will go, yeah, and your period is very long, so maybe it might take 9 days, 12 days. So we can say still you can use your mobile, you can use iPad, all these electronic things, alhamdulillah. Or if you'd like to use your mushaf, you can use it with the gloves, or with tissue, or with miswak, or with ruler. All these, and it's completely fine. But touching or holding, this one is the problem. Reciting and reading is completely fine, if you'd like to read it, or if you like to read it from your heart, it's again completely fine. So this one is one of the things which we would like to highlight it. And mosque entry. Mosque is different than Islamic centers, which we have it here in UK. Yes. Yes, you can, of course. This is what I mentioned. With the gloves, with tissue, with miswak, with ruler, you can, like if I can imagine this one is my Quran, I cannot hold it and touch it immediately unless, there is something very important, unless it contains tafsir. Because if it contains tafsir and translation and things, now this one cannot be called Quran.
So translation as well you can touch?
Yes, you can touch. And you can read. Because now there is tafsir inside this book. It's not only Quran. Quran is Quran, as you have it. It's only the ayat. But if there is any things added else, an explanation, so it means it's completely fine. Just the most important things, make sure that the translation is little bit, big, or taking a part of the page. It's not the Quran is the most. The tafsir is the most, because these days, mashallah, there is many versions of tafsir and understanding and tajweed. Mashallah, may Allah make the barakah for this ummah. So just make sure that you are holding this type of Quran. But if it is the Quran, the real Quran, without anything else, of course you cannot hold it, but you can still recite it and read it and do your hifz and continue your khatmah. There is no any hadith which, as far as I know from my Sharia knowledge, say you cannot read. There is, you cannot touch. لا يمسه إلا المطهرون. Yeah, you cannot touch it unless you are tahir. But there is no any hadith or ayah say you have to stop even reading. This one comes with Shafi'i, Hanafi, Maliki, and Hanbali. So going again to the mosque entry, and as we are approaching Ramadan, and without Ramadan, we're having our halaqat, we're having our activities, we're having our charity events, or open mosque day, whatever. Can I enter the mosque while my period? Because we are living in these countries, the Western is different with ahkam and fatawa. That's why when you ask, you have to ask mashayikh and scholars, which they live here, and they know our conditions and our ahkam. Don't just go and ask any other mashayikh which they don't know what mean Islamic center. Islamic center, which means contain madrasa, contain masjid, contain maybe a big hall to do weddings and things and parties and blah blah blah. So this one is not called masjid. It doesn't take the ahkam of masajid. But because we cannot hire only masjid, and other halls we mix them. So based on that, yes, you can enter the masjid if needed. If you have dars, halaqa, or you are child minder or whatever. Yes, questions.
I've got to, if it's an actual mosque,
Yeah.
Islam the mosque,
Yeah.
when you enter it, because I've heard that you can't go to the actual prayer.
Exactly.
You can sit.
Yes, beside the door. Like a central mosque, yeah, because you have other rooms and the official masjid and the prayer area, but not all the masajid, you know, our local ones. Everything is there. يعني iftar is there, salah is there, madrasa on the asr time is there, sometimes even a social gathering, whatever. So you cannot call it masjid, although like now I highly recommend, because Taraweeh and always limited spaces. My respected brothers and sisters, please don't occupy a place and take places for sisters and others which they would like to pray and they're having their tahara, and just because you want to hear. And sometimes you not here, you will go for your games and Snapchat and ever and talks and chit chat, disturbing others, taking a place, not praying, and you are not on your tahara, unless just sit beside the door and give the place for others which they came all the way and sometimes far away just to pray and to concentrate with the imam. So again, either Ramadan or not Ramadan, the entering and being in the mosque is one of the biggest issues. So again, if it is real masjid, which we can do i'tikaf and only for salah and jum'ah and jama'ah and take all the ahkam, yes, you cannot enter it unless there is darura, there is very something important. Yes.
So say if I'm with my friend and I'm not praying but she is,
Yeah.
if I want to wait for her,
Yeah.
do I have to stay outside or can I come and sit and wait when she does her wudu?
Again, it depends on the place. Is it a masjid? Is it a prayer room or faith room?
If it's like a proper masjid.
No. Upon masjid, you have to sit beside the door. And this one, again, the same, which we say it in Salat al-Eid. Inshallah, after 30 days, we'll face our Eid. And it's highly recommended, even the ladies, while they're period, they will go and pray, but be beside the door. Please, let the place for the others which they would like to do their ruku' and sujood, and they need the places. Not the opposite way, they will pray where is the shoes area, and you are sitting down, which you don't need this area. Yeah.
What if you have like a class, so you are not...
This is, as I mentioned, you are teacher. You cannot every month stop everything. So you have to enter, do your class, make sure you are wearing your pad, you will not spill anything on the floor.
attending the class.
Attending the class, yeah. Either student or teacher. Darura. This is important. Like what I do. I teach in the masajid. And sometimes I'm invited for lectures and things, and I'm while my period. I cannot just call the brother and say, okay, brother, I have my period, sorry, I cannot attend today. So the kind of modesty and haya as well, something private for me, I don't have to. So I will go, I will do what I'm doing now. Yeah, usually even I don't sit down, I just stand. I will deliver my talk and immediately ma'a salama. I will just leave the masjid. And every week, you know, we have, mashallah, our dars, our halaqa. So non-stop. Even the students. Imagine now how many of us having their period. Okay, every week I will have half of you is out. It doesn't work. So we will come, we will do our dars or our halaqa. We will finish it immediately straight away. If you are not on your tahara, just leave the mosque. Yeah. Any question? Yeah.
Do all the madhabs think the same thing?
Yeah, all the madhab. Although the Shafi'i is the highest one to say, no way. Under any exception, even alima or muta'allima.
So Shafi'i says...
Shafi'i, even alima or muta'allima, he don't allow it. But we go for the majority, we go for the jumhur, we go for the easiest, and because some exceptional, because we are in this country, guys, we cannot just hire always classes and madrasa. We are doing everything inside our masajid. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all our managers and brothers and sisters which behind it. We will use it. But make sure, especially if you are sitting down on the floor, that, you know, you're having everything in the right place so you will not spill anything on the floor. Because sometimes, especially the first days, is very heavy. So make sure that you will not, you know, spoil the masjid carpet. And there is something else. Yeah. material relations, what do you understand from that? Yeah?
I was just going to ask,
Yeah.
does the same thing apply to like the prayer rooms that we have here?
No. This is what we said. Faith room, prayer room, any room is not masajid. That's why it does, again, from other side, it will not take the ahkam of masajid. Suppose if I don't want to do i'tikaf, I cannot do, for the men especially, they can't do i'tikaf. So the brothers here, they cannot, because unless they do Jum'ah and Jama'ah, I don't know. Do they do Jum'ah and Jama'ah here?
Yeah.
So it's called as a masjid. Or no? Or prayer room only?
No, it's a multi-faith prayer room.
Ah, multi, mashallah. Welcome everyone, yeah? So like the airport, when you go, multi-faith, you want to dance, you want to pray, you want to sit, you want to eat, multi. So no, this one definitely is not taking the ahkam of the masajid. Masjid is masjid. The ibadah, tahiyatul masjid, when you enter, you cannot sit down, you have to pray 2 rak'at. When you are there, you have to, lower your voice. There, you cannot just, be in front of the imam. When you're in the masajid, you have to enter in your right foot. And when you leave it, you have to leave it in the... there is a big ahkam and fiqh for the masajid. And even for Ramadan, that last 10 days of Ramadan, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah ya Rab, make the blessing days for us. Even the i'tikaf, which people, they're going to go and enter i'tikaf, they cannot just do it. Although some ulama, they say for the ladies, because we cannot leave our houses, although, everyone will be in the road. So you can do your i'tikaf in your house. But make your niyyah without talking, without disturbing. Don't go for something else. With your Quran, with your dhikr and your dua, you can do it in your room. Starting with the niyyah definitely. And make the niyyah for i'tikaf, and it will be inshallah counted, because it's not easy to do it in the masjid. Although, use your time now as a single and take your time with everything before you will be occupied with something else. So this one will all again related to istihada. How nice this. So with istihada, because it's irregular period, irregular bleeding, and it's tahir, nothing to do with it. So you can pray, you can fast, you can read and touch and recite Quran, and you can enter and stay in the masjid, and everything is fine. Except you have to renew your wudu with each adhan and salah. Allah al-Musta'an. It's a big headache. Yeah.
So, this type of bleeding,
Yeah.
for example...
We are talking about hayd, you mean? Yeah. Menstruation.
Period.
Yeah, period.
Yeah, so, okay, for example, I'm just going to use myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I get my period like 7 days.
Yeah, all of us.
Like, sometimes 3 months in a row, sometimes 4 months, sometimes I won't get it for 2 months.
So irregular.
No, I get my period every month, but before the period, so it will go like 4 days of like...
I will talk about it now. Yeah, brownish, spotty, I will talk about it. Yeah. So all these, because we are coming for istihada as well, all this is completely fine with istihada. Even intercourse. Jima'. Fine, yes. Sorry? The istihada is any bleeding out of the period time, which is not the same smell or date or any other condition which we just mentioned before in the previous slide here. So the color, the smell, the sickness, the date is not. Suppose I finish my period after 6 days. Again, I have another bleed. And very heavy. And red. And shall I count it or not?
No.
Exactly. Why?
Because the minimum between 2 periods is 15 days.
This one, the minimum between, this one of the things. So have to be, sometimes some ladies 12 days, let's say, or 15 days. And then, everything is different. It's not my period. It's not the time. It's not the date. It's not the smell. There is no any pain. So this one definitely you can still practice and continue with all this. There is always a question, which the sister just asked. What about the first 3 days before the flowing blood in my period? Shall I count them, period or not?
But the question is, if it happens every month and
Yeah.
it's a sign of your period starting,
Yeah.
then you should count it as your period. Wouldn't it?
And the other answer?
I wouldn't
every month like this, you are saying.
Like for me, it's for like the past 2 years, like maybe twice.
Okay.
So every
This will make things very, very easy for us. Definitely it's not period. One of the biggest scholars, which they make a big, let's say, research about that, they come out, as I mentioned in the beginning, this is combination between the gynecology and the fiqh, yeah, and the scholars. So after asking all the gynecologists about the hormones, about the things, they say we cannot, from medical side, call it period. Why? Because the hormone is still fighting inside your body, is trying to push the period, but it's not period. That's why brownish, reddish, pinkish, all this stuff, leave them alone. Ignore them, treat them as istihada, wallahu al-musta'an. Change your panty liner if you like, renew your wudu, and pray, fast, do everything, read Quran, enter masjid. When shall I count it as a period? Maybe some ladies 4 days like this, 3 days like this. When the real blood comes, the flowing, التدفق, السيلان, yeah, we call it. This one, yeah, no doubt that this one is not your period. Either before, and you might be all day dry, and then a spot come. It's crazy. That's why it's one of the biggest complicated subject, which, the husband, he don't know, okay, shall I, sleep with my wife? Shall I leave her? Shall I, can she fast? Can she go with us to the masjid? Okay, we want to perform umrah. That's why you need, and all of us, we need this session. And I say a big thank you for the sister or the brother, whatever, which they choose this topic. As we are approaching Ramadan, oh, mashallah, from this night, the questions and the fatawa will start to come up. Oh, I'm clean, I washed, I do my ghusl, I didn't do, I see, I saw. And then, yes, your question.
You know when women give birth, sometimes they do straight after
After giving birth, this is the nifas. We are still coming to that, inshallah. But just to make it clear, everything related to hayd, period, everything related to istihada, irregular bleeding, and then the third one is nifas, which the bleeding after giving birth to the baby. So you might in your life have 3 of them, you might have 2 of them, and you might have 1 of them. And if you are lucky, you will have 2 of them, which is only period and the postnatal bleeding after giving birth. Because the istihada is very, very complicated, but it happens sometimes for some reason after having a shock or tiredness or some hormones or maybe very harsh diet, or all these will affect the lady and affect the female system. There is 3 things for the mustahaba. The first issue, if she have, yes, question, yeah, sorry.
Does this then apply for when you have that kind of spotting after your period?
This one is different. I'm coming to that. No, it's different. Beginning is different than the end. So there is 3 types, if you like to write them down. The first type, before she have istihada, she have a regular period. She was having a regular period. Nothing, there is no any problem. So we tell her, go back. She don't know now. She's mixed up. We say, go back. What was your period? How you was before? How many days? When you was starting? And we bring her back to that. And she stick to that. Even if she's bleeding all the month. Even if she's bleeding all the month. This one, number 1. Case number 1. Case number 2. If she's, or she didn't have any regular period before, already her period is mixed, but she can recognize the bleeding. She can know the color or the smell or the pain. She say, yeah, this is my period, but that I don't feel it is. We can bring her back to that. We say, okay, you can recognize not by the date, not because you have something before it was very clear. Go back to how you can recognize it. So this one can tell us that this one is period and the other one is not period. The third one, she don't have a regular period before. She cannot recognize even the blood, which is this one, the very complicated one. So she have to just stay 6 to 7 days. We take the 7 days from every month. And after that, she just do her ghusl and she continue everything. Because she cannot recognize and she don't have any specific days. So what shall we do? Shall we just tell her just leave the salah? No. Take 7 days. After the maghrib of that day, go do your ghusl. Start with washing the private area. Do your wudu. Enter the bath or whatever, or the shower. Start with right, then left. Do your shampoo, shower gel, everything, conditioner, whatever you would like to use. Scrubs, things. Look after yourself, yeah? Love yourself. I always love yourself. No one will care about you if you don't care. And then wrap yourself, go out, put the pad, and that's it. Start praying and everything. Yes?
In these circumstances, you would make wudu like 5 times.
Yeah. There is something, if I'm still in my istihada, but there is no blood, shall I renew my wudu? You don't have to renew. But if there is a blood is coming out, you can, suppose I'm on istihada, I don't know, maybe I might bleed in the morning, maybe end of the day. So while I'm dry, it's fine. Don't renew your wudu. But if something comes out, poop. So just, if you need to change your pad, change it, renew your wudu, and just practice your salah. You are clean until the other pray. Even if something comes out, So continue doing your ibadah, you are staying in the masjid, you are praying, you are reading Quran. No worries, don't renew your wudu. Yes? Istihada, yeah. You know, if you are still, let's say you are having a bleeding, but since 9 a.m. I haven't seen anything. Dry. But in the morning, let's say 7 a.m. I saw something, yeah? There is a spots or blood, for example. And then I did my wudu, blah, blah, blah. I went out to the uni, but nothing. Should I renew my wudu? No. Did you get it? But then, after 4:30 p.m., I entered to the toilet and I saw something. In that time, you have to renew. While from 9 till 4, you are dry, you are clean, nothing comes out, you don't have to renew your wudu. So, we treat you as a tahira. But if something comes out, just take it off by renewing your wudu. Yes?
So that means you have to check before every prayer.
Yeah. It's not easy. That's why when you have it 1 month, 2 months, after that, I highly recommend you have to see your GP and you have to sort it out. Because it will be very, very hard for you, and especially if you are married or you are, traveling or you are going like for somewhere. It's not easy always to renew your wudu, isn't it? Sometimes we hold ourselves, we don't drink liquids because we want to keep our wudu. Imagine every time you are just going, taking all off your hijab, and you are finding the place to make wudu. So, it's a big challenge, but again, we have to do it. So she have to, al-mustahaba, which is the complicated one, because period is easy, yeah, we know it, all of us. She have to do ightisal after she finish. So suppose if she's clear and done, after that, so I had my period, and then everything is continuing. So do your ghusl, take your istihada. Whenever your istihada is done, is recommended to do ightisal again. If you didn't do it, it's completely fine because you are counted as a tahir. Ightisal, ghusl, wash, having your wash, yeah, your shower. Again, washing the private area if there is something comes out in each salah, and she put definitely the cotton and everything. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said in the hadith, so not from myself, تدع الصلاة أيام أقرائها. She leave the salah the days of the period. ثم تغتسل وتتوضأ عند كل صلاة. So she have to renew her wudu with each salah. Just you ask a question, which is very good question. Okay, we spoken and now it's clear at the beginning of the period. If say at the beginning, yeah, these days, nothing to do with them. When the real flow and bleeding comes, this one is counted. After this, let's say 7 days or 8 days, yeah? We take the majority is 7 days. Although, some of you, the regular is 13 days or 12 days. So it depends on you. You are the doctor for yourself. You can't tell, this is my period, this is me. 12 days every month. I have a long period, yeah? So, but we take the majority 7 days. What about 3, 4, 5 days after that? Brownish, yellowish, reddish, pinkish. If it is related, there is 2 things. You can write them down. If it is related to the period, yeah, still I haven't seen the white discharge, al-qussa al-bayda, yeah, or the dryness for 24 hours, so it is period. Don't do your ghusl. Don't take a shower. Don't do your salah. But the other case, my period is finished, and there is a big question here. How did you know your period is finished? There is 2 things. Either the white discharge come again, clear or white, so it means the womb is clean again, yeah? Or dryness. I cannot see any discharge, but I'm dry. I go, enter, check, tissue, cotton, pads, whatever, is clear. Just go and do your shower. After I did that, happy, and you're nappy. Then, blooding again. Bleeding again. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. After 2 days, or maybe less than 24 hours, blood. Bismillah. Oh Allah, what happened? I just saw the discharge, happy, good, clean, yeah? Which means this one is your istihada. Why? Because you saw the sign, and you were sure, and you do your ghusl. So which means there is something is not normal. Always this one happens with the ladies when after they, use some pills or coils or things. It happens, as I said, if like you ate something abnormal or maybe very spicy, or you lift something very heavy, all this stuff. This one will happen. And sometimes without all this, it just happen. Yeah? So this one, ignore it. Just renew your wudu as we all agree. Practice all your ibadat, fast, and everything will be fine. Something which always I've been asked about. What about now Ramadan? And suppose I just saw the sign before Al-Fajr. Shall I fast or no? And I didn't do my shower and my ghusl. Can I fast or no? I saw the tahara, yeah, and I haven't done my shower and my ghusl. And let's say now, inshallah, tomorrow we have to stop eating and suhoor and everything, let's say 5 a.m., yeah? 4:45 or 10 to 5 a.m., I noticed that I finished my period, but I haven't done my ghusl yet. Can I start my day or no, I have to wait to do my ghusl?
Can you make the intention to do it and then...
No, you have to do a ghusl first, right?
I'm asking you, what do you think? Is the ghusl related to the fasting or only for praying? Yes. Excellent. Make your niyyah, take your suhoor, finish whatever you would like, go do your ghusl, then pray. And your day is right. Okay, what about the opposite way? I was eating and things and I'm having my period all the day. And then I just noticed, in the middle of the day, I'm tahira. And I finished my period. What shall I do now? The ulama said, do your ghusl and stop. Respect the day. احترام الوقت, yeah? You don't have eating, يعني خلاص. Now you are tahira, so, okay, this day is counted or not? Not counted. You have to make it again, but respecting the time, you have to stop food and drink unless for medical or any other condition. Yes.
So, what was the timing for that? So you find out your period...
During the day.
During the day, so...
You are tahira, you finished.
Okay.
Okay, 3 o'clock I'm finished. What shall I do now?
So until 3, until iftar...
Until iftar. You have to make imsak. ستمسك عن الطعام والشراب احتراما للوقت. Highly recommend to stop and treat yourself as a صائمة, as a fasting, and do your اغتسال, complete your salah, don't forget, because you're having ظهر and عصر, yeah? And then wait until al-Maghrib, and then after Ramadan, do and make up this day. Any question? Yeah? Clear? Tamam? Yes.
If you can't do ghusl or anything because you're out,
Aha. There is what we call تخفيف النجاسة. You go and you do your wudu. Don't miss your salah. And then after, you come home, home sweet home, take your shower. Yeah, we always love our homes. And inshallah, always the happiness and the barakah to them. Nothing worth it to demolish it or to disturb or to make problems, yeah? Many things is happening these days. So yes, feel it when you say home sweet home. Is the safe, is the aman, is the khair, is the barakah, is the family. Anyway, when you go home, do your ghusl and make up again the salah. But while I'm in the uni, I'm on, I have a seminar or something, I cannot take or do my ghusl, or you can do tayammum. For example, even I cannot do wudu. Where shall I go? Any place which can maybe have any dust or like gardens or whatever. One here, face, and that's it, you are done. Yeah, exactly. If you don't have time, if you don't have water, if you cannot use it. 3 reasons. I don't want to keep you long because I believe we have to pray Maghrib, isn't it? Okay. So, the last one, which is the... Bismillah. Okay. I think we gone through that. Purification through ghusl, irregular bleeding, istihada, postnatal bleeding, and nifas. And we said all of these, nifas, yeah, or hayd, need a ghusl. What does mean ghusl? After I finish, I saw the sign, either 40 days, 20 days of nifas, or period, I have to clean myself by doing this اغتسال. Yes. No, the istihada doesn't need. The irregular bleeding doesn't need istihada. Nifas and the period needs. Because again, you are not clean, you're having the najasa, you need to clear it up and to start to practice everything. And, okay, before we go for questions and answers, we would like to go for the nifas, which is which here is mentioned, the postnatal bleeding. Usually it's from 1 day until 40 days. In many of the ulama, the Malikiyah, they go for 60 days, which really happens to us. 60 days, like nearly 2 months, yeah, you are bleeding, and up and down. Some days it's very heavy, some days it's only spots, sometimes it comes back, sometimes until you are clear. And from my knowledge, if your period is long, your nifas will be long. But if you go for C-section, yeah, for cesarean, your nifas will be is more likely to finish faster because already they cleaned the most. So it's not until, yeah. So if you are C-section, cesarean, mostly the bleeding will finish quick because everything is gone from top and very little is still there. But if you are giving the normal birth via the vagina, definitely it will take longer. It depends on your period in your life. If it is long, again your nifas will be long. This is what we, find out. And this one kind of blood is very similar to the period. Black, spoiled, smelly. Definitely all the pain and things is there. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala offered it for the lady after giving this, baby, because she needs a rest. She cannot wake up for Salat al-Fajr. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower our mothers and parents with His mercy and khair and loads of dua. وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. And you will never feel the feeling of your mom and how she gone through unless you will go through it. Subhanallah. Whatever she will speak about, and she will tell you about the history and about your siblings and about how things, but if you don't try it, you don't know it. So this period of time is very, very painful, very hard. Already the body is drained after holding a baby for 9 months, nearly a year, with sickness and things and loads of conditions. Some of ladies, they have to stay even in hospitals and drips and things. And then after that, going through this very hard. I don't want to give you bad experience, but it's, some mashallah ladies, they do it in 2 hours or 1 hour. Some ladies, mashallah, 24 hours, 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, it depends. So always we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make our life easy, and this one of them. So because of all this, whatever you make it in 5 seconds, you make it in 24 hours. You have to rest. And again, you have to start breastfeeding. So you have baby, and you have responsibility, and everything is different. Huh?
The breastfeeding automatically come?
Usually, if things is okay, immediately after giving birth. And some ladies, even at the last month, the 40 weeks, it started. The yellowish things, which the first thing to come out, which hold all the vitamins and the minerals, which is very, very important for the baby to take it. Then the white milk will come. So the white one will not come unless 2-3 days, because again, hormones. And it depends on your hormone, how fast it's going to work. And it will, and definitely loads of, nuts and things, and honey and dates and fruits. Inshallah, it will help it. Yes. Yeah. Not nifas. When you breastfeed, the first 40 days, of course, or 30 days or 20 days, it depends. But after that, there is no period. If you are fully breastfeeding, there is no period. Some ladies. But some ladies, no, they got it immediately after nifas, after she finishes her nifas. Is it clear? Is it clear? Yeah.
So you're breastfeeding?
While breastfeeding, you don't have period. You are clean.
The 40-day period or
Nothing, clean. When you are, after you give birth,
Yes.
yeah, you're having your nifas, yeah? 30, 40 days, whatever. You are clean.
Okay. Oh, I so you're not bleeding during that 40 days?
No, finish, khalas. You finish, you do ghusl, mashallah, happy, yeah? Okay, after that, the coming months, where is my period? I'm not pregnant. But there is no period. Because hormones is affected by breastfeeding. So the body understands that still I have to feed the baby, not inside, outside. There is no period. Yeah? Some ladies, not all the ladies, it depends on you. You will find it later. Either you have it or no. Allahu a'lam. Yeah? Are you married? No. Okay. So inshallah, if you will get married, you will go through this. Yeah. So after giving birth, you might not have period at all, maybe for 9 months, 1 year. No period. But then, suddenly when it comes, khalas, you have to be careful, because it means that you might have another baby. So be careful. And it's not guaranteed. The midwife, the midwife will warn you that even if there is no period, don't rely on that I cannot get pregnant. You might get pregnant without period. Subhanallah, it's a big, big topic. And different ladies, all of us here sitting down, every one of us will have her own story. Even your kids, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless you later with that, each of one of them is different than the other. You cannot just say, because my first one was like that, the second one will be like that. Even giving birth itself, as we are talking about nifas, everyone is different. You might have forceps, ventouse, C-section, whatever, and you are the same lady. Your body will react different with each pregnancy. So again, going back for the question for the breastfeeding. So while breastfeeding, some, not all, some of ladies, they don't see their period. And as long as they breastfeed and fully breastfeeding, not part, they will not, there is no period. She's clean for like 1 year. After, subhanallah, she starts weaning and giving some bottle, immediately the hormones comes little bit reduced, and then the body understands, the baby have another food, so the period will come again. But it's again not guaranteed that pregnancy will not happen. Yes, question.
What about breastfeeding and fasting?
You are your doctor. the doctor for yourself. You know yourself better. If you cannot at all, and you tried, and you are very weak, and you cannot breastfeed, and the baby needs the milk, and you would like to fast, you have the permission and the excuse to break your fast and do it later. As long as you cannot. You just give it a try. If you can, alhamdulillah, go ahead. And loads of banana, loads of dates. Make sure in suhoor you drink loads of water, because you are giving, yeah? And there is nothing comes instead. If you tried and you cannot, just leave it. And I have another solution. The third thing, day yes, day not, day yes, day not. One day after day, you can make it. So at least one day you are fasting, the other day you can eat and drink, and then again fasting. At least it's good to do 15 days, not bad. And then the other 15 days after Ramadan. Because makeuping is always very heavy and not easy, and no one like it. And by the way, I have to mention here, as we are talking about this topic and approaching Ramadan this night, are we allowed to take any pills or things to stop the period? Definitely you can. Just consult your GP. Either you are married or not married. It's completely fine. They can describe it for you, and peace of mind. Yes.
I just have a question about wudu.
Sorry?
About wudu.
Wudu, yeah.
So if you have like discharge on a normal basis,
Yeah.
would that break the wudu?
It depends on the discharge. We are coming to this. I'm going to mention this at the end as well, because there is many things. The white discharge or the yellow discharge, which comes between the period and the other period. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the vagina is very tiny and very narrow. It should have some liquids similar like the tears in the eyes, similar like the wax in the ear, similar like the bogies inside the nose, again inside the vagina. So the bacteria will not, affect this area. Then it's clean 100%. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cannot create something and cause you and push you as a lady to do wudu every time. Although the ulama, if you go back to the old books, they will say you have to do tahara. And this one is najasa. And after a big research with one of the doctors, which her name is Ruqayya al-Muharib, and she do it between her and other gynecology, the conclusion and the outcome say definitely is a clean, it's not najis, there is nothing to do with it, it's kind of just keeping the area or the place not dry so the bacteria will not affect it. But there is no need for wudu and renewing, because it's continuous. It's not stop, but the texture, the color is changed because of the ovulation. So sometimes it's go for yellow, sometimes it's light white, and sometimes it's sticky, and then you will find after that your period is there. Any other question before we end, inshallah? Yes. Can you raise please your voice?
Are we allowed to use contraception? Because I thought
Yeah.
because some people were saying that to stop your period is like taking.
Some ulama, they're saying you are, this is something nature and you shouldn't play with it. What about if myself, I know that this one will affect my fasting or my iman, or I don't feel convenient to having this. And it's only delaying, it's not stopping. You know your period will come on the 12th of Ramadan, yeah? You are fine to pass the 10 days. It depends on the pills. Before 3 days only, you will take it. And the following days. And that's it. The day of Eid, just stop it. Have your period. Enjoy it. Make your Eid, mashallah, 2 Eids, yeah? Don't pray, don't do anything. Go and enjoy and everything. So it's only delaying some days. It's not really stopping. So I don't know. Myself, I love it. And it keeps me good in Ramadan. And, I can push myself good for 30 days with all the Quran and the ibadat and the khatmah. And end of the day, I can just stop it before the 2 last days in Ramadan. Immediately within 48 hours, the period is there. Without any problems. But again, you have to consult your GP, ask your doctor, maybe if you have some other conditions, blah, blah, blah. And easy peasy, you can just take it, delay the period. enjoy your Ramadan without any disturbing, without any things, and then again you have to restart again Quran and Salah and fasting, blah, blah, blah. It is too hard. This is my experience. And there is no one of the ulama now can say, it's haram. Give me your dalil. Give me your evidence. You cannot. So if there is no evidence, you cannot tell to the females, you cannot do that. So it's up to the ladies, whatever they find themselves convenient with. Any other questions? Yes.
Does this then also apply for if you, because for example, if you have a condition like PCOS or endometriosis,
Yeah.
they tend to prescribe things like this to
Yeah.
contraception to
Yeah, they do.
regulate your period.
Yeah.
So yeah, is that the same kind of like
Same.
idea?
Same kind, yeah. Mostly the NHS provide the same tablets, although sometimes you can't take it private, it's up to you. But I love it. For Hajj, for Umrah, for Ramadan, it keep me good. I don't know, I feel very, very down when it comes and just break me in the middle and I have to restart everything from the beginning, subhanallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, yani, from my experience, everything will go back again after Eid and Shawwal and normal. That's it. Or either if you would like to fast 10 of the Hijjah and you know these blessing days, which is khayru ayyam ad-dunya, and you will miss it because you're having your period, delay it. Delay, always. But just consult and take it and inshallah Allah hafiz. Yes, any other questions? Yes. Maghrib, yeah, both. Definitely, when you start, you have to start always, although it's Salat al-Isha, you have to start always with the Salah which you miss. Above that, what about if, as I said to the sisters, I missed Salat al-Dhuhr? We mentioned that. I came, I was clean, and then suddenly I find that my period has come. So I have Dhuhr, then Maghrib, then Isha. So you have to do them in order. You cannot just start with Isha because it's now, and then Maghrib, and then Fajr. Yeah? So do them in order, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make them in the day. Yes?
But it's not, I prayed Dhuhr, but I missed Asr. I just make up Asr, I don't have to do Dhuhr and Asr. Because you said like, oh, they come in pairs.
Because after you be clean.
Yeah, so let's say I prayed Dhuhr, and then the Adhan came for Asr.
Yeah.
And I have to now remake Asr after my period.
Yeah.
But I don't have to redo the Dhuhr, right?
لا 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 خلاص. Dhuhr is done.
The answer is when you finish your
Period. When you do your ghusl. Yeah.
you finish ghusl at the time of Asr,
Yeah.
you have to put Dhuhr and Asr together.
Yeah. No, not Dhuhr and Asr if she miss it.
No. So let's say I finished.
Let's go for the question, which is more simple. Let's say Maghrib and Isha. I don't want to confuse her. Let's say Maghrib and Isha. Now I'm clean, yeah? So I have to do Maghrib and Isha. Suppose now, in this moment, I will do Maghrib and I will do Isha. What about the Dhuhr, which I have to do it and I miss it?
Do you do with the Dhuhr?
So no, because خلاص يعني it's on Dhuhr only. So I will do only Dhuhr, not Asr. Asr خلاص. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me. But while Dhuhr, I was clean and then I have my period. Do you get it?
Yeah.
I was clean and then I get the period. So after getting period, I'm not asked to do anything. But while the pray, when the adhan was doing Allahu Akbar, I was clean. And then after 10 minutes, I find my period. I'm asked to do that pray. So after I do my ghusl, suppose now Maghrib and Isha, I have to start doing the Dhuhr, which I miss it there. And then Maghrib and Isha. Is it clear? Tamam? Okay, another question. Yeah. This is what I just answered now, isn't it? The same question?
You just do Asr.
You just are Dhuhr, yeah, just Asr, yeah. Just Asr. Because you are not asked, khalas, you are out of this hukum. You're having your period. Allah forgive you. But we are talking about the salah, which when the adhan happened, and you were clean, you are counted with the clean, with the tahir, yeah? And then you couldn't do it later because you're having your period. You delay the prayer, you were busy, you were having a lecture, and then you want to pray, but you have your period. Okay, this salah where it will go? When the adhan happened, you were clean. Did you get it? So it's like dain, it's like a loan, you have to do it. after you finish your period. قضاء الصلاة, yeah? You have to do the salah. Is it clear? Or, yeah? Yes.
Is it compulsory to do them as soon as possible? Like
As soon as possible.
straight away?
Straight away.
If you're traveling, when
Okay.
you get clean,
Yeah.
do you then
While traveling in the train, suppose, or after I arrive?
on holiday? Like,
A holiday, yeah. Okay, after I arrive.
yeah. And
Because it's different why I'm in the train or airplane and after I arrive, yeah? So just,
after you arrive,
yeah.
then you follow the idea that you do 2 of the holiday.
the qasr, yeah. Yeah.
And then let's say I'm on holiday, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm aching up my prayers from my period before.
You have to do it complete because when it was complete. Yeah, you don't do qasr now. Dhuhr was 4.
This is
But then Maghrib and Isha, which she asked for, I will do it qasr.
yeah.
Huh. So different.
I have another
Okay?
question there.
Yeah.
If you come, what if it's the other way around? You come back and you was missing them when you was traveling. Do you then do the traveling ones, or do you do?
No, you do them kamila, completely, because you are, yeah, because we always take for the, for the max, we don't go for the less, because even some ulama, to go out of this all, condition and things, they say even after you arrive, if you are on holiday, you don't have to do qasr. They say khalas, because you're going to stay, yeah? So you have to do all your salah. So there is 13, ra'i and opinion for the ulama. We don't go to all this, but just to be in the safe side, do them complete after you come back. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
On the last day of my period,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I go
Last day of period.
and I see the white discharge.
Yeah.
But I don't,
الطهارة, which means القصة البيضاء. Yeah.
and I don't know when the white discharge came. So which prayers do I know?
I recommend to start the earlier the better. So I don't know when the discharge come. I wasn't sure. I was outside the house. For me, I would go for ihtiyat, for whatever, make me convenient with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I will do the earliest. Suppose I maybe feel Asr, I will do Asr. Even if I didn't see it until Maghrib. So I just go for, what is more completed for my deen. Yes.
You said nail polish with henna is haram, but
If in front of men, but if in front of lady is completely fine. But the issue that we're having something which call breathable. I don't understand this, sweetheart. Breathable or halal or I don't know. Allahu a'lam. While period is fine because you are not asked to do wudu or ightisal. Okay, what about after the period or while you want to do your ghusl? What about these lovely things? You have to remove them. So this one of the things which we have to make it clear while period or after period or whatever, that please, we have to make sure that when we do our tahara, when we do our, bismillah, when we do our tahara, we have to make sure that, oops, it's not working. Anyway, when we do our tahara, we have to make sure that we are doing everything complete. I spoken about the zina, about the beauty. This one is a part. We don't have to show it, yeah? But the other part is affecting your ibadah. Your wudu is not completed. Your ghusl is not done. Honestly, it's a big challenge, to take the risk. Okay, what about if this one is not breathable? What about if Yawm al-Qiyamah I find this one is not halal nail polish? Where is my praise? Where's my ibadat? Where's my Quran? It's a big effect. It's not worth it. Wallahi, it's not worth it. Because everything will be not counted. Anything after that. Your Quran, your Salah, your dhikr. Because your tahara is not completed. It's a risky. Yes.
I have a question about touching the Quran on your period.
Touching, not reading.
Yeah, not reading.
Different, yeah.
So you said that if the translation, like
Most of the page.
you can touch the Quran.
Yeah.
But let's say the Quran itself is translated and there isn't the transliteration of the whole Quran isn't translated into a different language. Can you touch it then? Or
Is it translated or not?
it's like the Quran itself is translated.
خلاص. Fine.
Oh, you touch it.
تمام, yeah. There is no any problem. Yes?
my question is about there's a hadith. I think it's a weak hadith, but it says that a woman tried to give the Prophet Muhammad a
Yeah.
letter, and he said you need to make your hand different from that of a man. So how do we make our hands different from a man's hand?
Yeah.
Rings?
Rings.
Rings. Okay.
Yeah. Even henna.
Oh, henna,
I love henna. I love it, but when I stop wearing gloves, I stopped my henna. Otherwise, I use for years and years in my life to just do the nails, so they look like nail polish. So halal, there is no problem with wudu, but then it have to be covered. And when, I just use these, which we'll call ma'asim, and not gloves, then that period of time, I just, stop the henna. Or if you like, you can just do your foot, as long as it's covered with socks. This is the official, alhamdulillah, that you have to cover your legs and your foot. So yeah, you can, because you like it, maybe so just do the foot without the hands, whatever. You know what make you convenient. Yeah. Any other question before we end? Jazakumullah khair, barakallahu fikum for the lovely questions and time and discussion, which I believe we covered many of things. Although it's a huge subject, there is definitely many things which we haven't spoken about, or maybe we didn't take our time with. But alhamdulillah, at least we make as a introduction, let's say, or as a good knowledge, inshallah, to receive and inshallah approach Ramadan. And always we say, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept Ramadan from us, and inshallah achieve Laylat al-Qadr. Allahumma ameen. Work for the 20 days very hard, so inshallah Allah will give you the Laylat al-Qadr and the blessed dua in the last 10 days. You cannot just play and take everything you like and then Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afwa afu anna, Allahumma balighna Laylat al-Qadr. Everything in life you have to show the love, and you have to show the real following to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Prophet. So, as Allah said, فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ. Like we mention Allah the more, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remember us, and He will, inshallah, make our wishes true. Not the birthdays, not the balloon. We wish your birthday come true. No, it's the dua and the working and the charity and the sadaqah and qiyam al-layl. Use these 30 days. This is my nasiha at the end, to be the best version of yourself and to make it the reverted and the changing for your life. It's in your hand. Use it, because we never know the chances. It might come once in our life. If we don't use it, it might not come back again. Jazakumullah khair, barakallahu fikum. And inshallah later I will inshallah upload it on my YouTube channel. It will be in your hands. Share it widely for brothers and sisters, because definitely there is many people or sisters, they couldn't attend with us today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inshallah give us and give them their niyyah, but definitely they will benefit from what we said, and for your blessing questions and discussions, which really put on the cherry on the top of the cake. جزاكم الله خير, بارك الله فيكم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ربي وأتوب إليك. And as it's sunnah to end with Surah Al-Asr. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. Ramadan Mubarak inshallah for everyone, and inshallah we will meet inshallah again and again with all this blessing and lovely faces and sisters. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Jazakum.